Our car comes down, it hits the jump, our jump stays together. But it's not enough. 3.5, not enough. Not at all enough. I guess next time we'll have to try 4, maybe even 5 roads, I think. But back to the very first level as we grind through the first, I think it's 9 or 10 levels now, once again. Our first jump once again. So this time it's going to be a shallower angle and a much more sizable number of roads. And we'll see how this one goes then. Well, make sure we are under budget. But I think this has a much better chance of actually working than our last design did. We'll set our speed back to 100% and then watch this car fly. Will it make its flag? Let's find out. Oh, we're very stressed on our first road. And it does break and we do not quite make the flag. Oh my goodness. We need our jump to be slightly longer. I reckon just one more road will do the trick. And I think we need to see our first piece of reinforced road. But we can try that out when we get back to that level, which hopefully won't take too long. I will say that completing this challenge in Polybridge 2 is going to be substantially easier than it would be to do it in Polybridge 1, because at least in Polybridge 2 all of the outcomes for your levels are known. They are deterministic, as opposed to in Polybridge 2 where there is a small degree of randomness to the simulation of each of your bridges, which means that on any given run, the exact same bridge could give you 2 completely different results, which is definitely not something that you want for a challenge like this, which is all about consistency. So in that regard, definitely thankful that I'm doing this in Polybridge 2, not in Polybridge 1. I will say that even beating World 1 has taken me a lot longer than I thought it would. I genuinely thought that I'd be like one and done through the entirety of World 1, and that has not proven to be the case at all. And with that, we are back to our first jump, where this time we need to make our jump ever so slightly longer. So we're going to have one more piece at the very end of our road, and we're going to make this first section reinforced, and then we will continue up with our design like so. Unfortunately, we are then over budget, which is less than ideal. So where can we save money? With some wood. We're now under budget. Not super confident with these last pieces being out of wood, but thankfully we can change them into steel with absolutely no issues. And we have a current design that is $135 under budget. It's longer than our last design was, and hopefully it'll take us to the flag. I think, however, we still need support over on this far left side to connect us up to the second support there, which means I need to save a lot of money throughout the bottom of this design then. We can have a design like this, which is just $22 under budget. But let's see if it works. Give it a whirl, and if not, we'll go back to the start. Can we beat our first jump level? Oh! So very, very close. We have no brakes at all. But unfortunately, our car does not quite make it to its flag. Oh, that feels terrible. I guess maybe a nicer angle on our launch could have saved us. But we go again. From the ashes a new phoenix rises, and so too shall a new run rise from the ashes of the last. We will make it back to that level and we will beat it tonight. Mark my words. That was quick. I think in less than 5 minutes, we're back to our jump. So that's essentially what we had last time. I think it's a slightly different curve, but that's the idea of it at least. I think I just want to add a catching road down here. I think that's how I want to catch my car and make sure that it does actually reach its flag. In which case I need to build all of the supports for this actual jump section to be slightly cheaper than they were on my last design. Which, mind you, is not impossible, but I think it will prove to be at least somewhat difficult. Alright, that design works. I don't think it's actually going to hold up though, but we will add some more support to it and see how it goes. So that design then is under budget. I don't know if it's going to hold up right. I don't think it will. I think I do need this extra piece just to secure the entirety of the bridge over to this land via that second static joint. But with this design we are then under budget. I think this will work. Let's give it a crack. We don't have any brakes. Oh no! We hit the landing but we broke. Oh, and it was the piece of wood that we changed that broke. If that was a steel, would it have worked? No, it would have broken. Well, at least that's good to know. This design never would have worked at all. But we restart, we run it back, and we try again. My aim for today now is just to beat that one level. If I can beat that one level, I can die a happy man. So for that jump level, I think I do actually need to use 7 roads instead of 6 in our actual jump. I think it's just not physically possible to have it work neatly just using 6 pieces of road there. But with 7 pieces, I reckon I can do it no issues. So when we get back, that is going to be the goal. And now we're back to the level that matters the most. And we're going to want to add in a 7th piece of road this time. I think, however, that we actually want to start out going horizontal for one more piece of road so that we essentially have the exact same jump, but our end product shifts over by one whole piece of road, which will mean that instead of landing next to the ground, we land on it, which is all that I'm hoping for from this design. It does, however, mean we have to build a much, much, much stronger support system to hold up all of this extra weight. I don't know if that's going to work, honestly. I have no clue. But like in theory, I feel like it should. I'm cautious to try it out though. Oh, well, let's just run it. We have a brake, but we beat the level. I think because we have a brake, I can't count it though. Does this need to be reinforced then? I think if this piece is just reinforced, it all works out nicely. And it does. We are then slightly over budget, but that is the gist of the design. You can probably save money here as well by having that connect up to the other static joint and then save money that way, but I guess we will not find out just yet, as we did fail that level, so instead we will have to restart. But I believe that the next time I'm there, it'll work out nicely. good to be back to our jump level. We're going to use a very similar design to last time, so I have a feeling that I can actually get that to work nicely. It's just going to take a little bit of persuasion. But to design something like this, I reckon it's got legs. So we'll start off by just replacing anything that looks like it can be replaced with wood. So we'll do that with all of the pieces underneath until we are left with nothing but wood. And we'll get that looking a little bit like so. And then I think I just run it back. Hope that it works, hope that it gets us across the line. And it does! Let's go! We've beaten our first jump level. Nicely done! Oh, it only took 4 or 5 attempts, but we get it done. And then a nice easy level as a reward. So in this level we have our A car travel all the way across to its flag. Our second A car, this camper van here, is going to hit its checkpoint in the middle, and that's going to cause the car to stop. We're then going to have a hydraulic phase. A boat go through our bridge, a second hydraulic phase, and then A2 will restart, and it will need to travel across to its flag as well, which all in total means that this is actually a fairly easy level. We're going to have a very similar design to the hydraulic that we had in our first hydraulic level, and then we're just going to add some slightly beefier supports just to ensure that our bridge does not fall over, and then we'll give it a go. So this should beat the level very easily. And we've beaten the level. We then have level 112 Rock Rest, where we have a very large gap, no static joints in the middle of the level, and just a single rock to support our bridge from. So, let's see how we get on. We're going to have our classic triangle design. That's going to support us in the middle here. Then we're going to copy that over and continue it on, trying to gain as much support from this rock in the middle of the level as physically possible. So we will connect everything up so we get lots of support from that, because we really want to ensure that the middle of our bridge is stable before building some arches out onto both the left and right sides. I think this is a pretty stable design. I hope that it works. I don't really know, but I'd say it's above 50% chance that it works out first time. Let's see, shall we? We start off with very low stress. That's always good to see. Do we climb as we reach the middle of the bridge? We do not. That's another good sign. As we travel to the right, we stay low as well. Damn! I don't think we even hit 50% stress. 53%. That is insane. Absolutely amazing. You love to see it. On to level 113 now, in which we have to build another drawbridge. This one for a boat to travel through once again. And it's going to be very similar to what we've seen already. But apparently, we have a pretty small budget. So instead of 2 different hydraulic pieces, we're going to go with 1. We're going to pull everything up from the right side here, and this should work out nice and easily. And, well, we've just beaten the 13th level, which is pretty good. We have 3 more levels left in World 1 now. But with that being said, we have this level in which we must create a bridge entirely supported from the left side of the level. And we should be able to beat it fairly simply. We just need lots of support to make sure that we stay upright and we don't have any unfortunate breaks. And we've beaten the level nice and easily. Level 115 now, hydraulic management. This is the first level where we really have to make use of the hydraulic controller. So in this level then, we start with our A car going. It has to travel to the top of the level. We then have a hydraulic phase in which we can rotate a bridge down so that it will allow our C car to reach its flag, but then we have another hydraulic phase. Normally this would be an issue because we then want our E car to also travel downwards, but using the hydraulic controller we can simply switch the single hydraulic off for that D phase and our bridge will stay completely put. So to start with, we're going to build a nice simple bridge up to our flag for our A car. That's going to be a fairly simple bridge. We then need to work out our hydraulics. We're then going to go to our hydraulic controller and make sure that all of our split joints go on the first hydraulic phase, but none of them work on the second. That will draw our bridge down into the downward position and then do nothing, allowing both our C and E cars to reach their flags nicely. And we have both our A car and our C and E cars make it to their flags nice and easily. Then we have the very last level of World 1, level 116 large bridge, where we must use our basic building skills to build a large bridge. A bridge that is 24 meters across. And thankfully, we have some under supports. Without them, this level would be a lot more difficult. But with them, I'm not going to say that it's trivial, because I'll probably regret that in just a moment, but it definitely makes it significantly easier. So we'll try something like this with a large amount of the supports for a bridge down the bottom and then just a small arch over the top, and we'll see if that will work out nicely. Let's see it. Will it work? We start with 18% stress. Do we make it across the bridge nicely? I think I probably should have made these roads on the edge into reinforced roads, but it's not going to matter. We beat the level, and with that beat the first world of Polybridge 2 in hardcore mode. Every single level beaten back to back to back without a single break or a single level failure. Which means next time we're going to start with World 2 Level 1. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!